Hello, my ladies. Hello, 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 hello. So just wait. Let's wait for some people to pop up, to pile up. Maybe, I think that's all right, right? Yeah, the position is okay. Okay, so my name is Greta Bereisaite and I'm dating and relationship coach for women. And I'm actually just thinking, is this a public live or is it okay, it's a public one. Oh my God, I was freaking out because I thought I actually started the live on a private one, but it's not private, it's public. Okay, so my name is Greta Bereisaite and I'm dating and relationship coach for women. And for the best dating and relationship tips, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new video every Wednesday and Sunday. And from now on, I do 2 lives a month, so where I talk about particular topic and we interact and do Q&As and all the fun stuff like that. And today's the topic. Thank you, ladies. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. And today's topic for you ladies is the differences between men and women. Okay, so I actually do have like a little notebook here with my like not very elegant writing. So I don't forget anything and we can start, okay? So basically what I'll do, I will talk about the differences between men and women and I will try and cover as much as I can. Let me just, maybe I won't touch it. And then I'll try and cover as much as I can and we can interact in between. And if you have any extra questions towards any differences or anything really, but it would be great if it would relate to the topic more, we'll discuss this, okay? And talk about it. Hi, Greta from Orlando. I am feeling a little bit nervous. I don't know why. To be honest, for the last week, I am feeling a bit anxious. So just, I'm just putting it out there. If you see me a bit shaky or anxious, something is in the air. I have no idea why. So just putting it out there. But anyway, hopefully it will go away. I don't know, sometimes it just does happen. It's so weird. It's like, you can be doing lives every single day for like a couple of years and sometimes out of the blue you start to get anxious. So like, I don't know, if you can explain it for me, I would appreciate it, but I don't know how that goes. Anyway, so the first difference, the most common difference, is the pull away. I talk a lot about pull aways in many of my videos. So I will try and cover it as much as I can, but yeah, I'm not gonna stick just to that. Like the differences that I want to cover is pull-aways. Girls like nurturing and caring. Guys have testosterone, so we go hunting, we go for the goals, dreams, and ambitions. I'll cover this. I'll cover women being natural detectives and guys having a vision like that, which is a really funny one. What else do I have? Women talking, and women like to talk to basically share and like to in order to feel better. Men talk to solve problems, so I will cover all of that. Okay, so let's start with pull-aways. Okay, so the first, why do men have a need to pull away? Actually, ladies, I don't know the reason why. It is scientifically proven that men need to pull away, but I don't know the reason why. However, I started recently reading a Bible, and I'm going to read Quran and all the other religious books as well because I'm really interested in them. And actually, Bible is a book of royal rules, and actually majority of the coaching does come from these royal books, so I started recently reading a Bible again, and it was interesting because it was saying that before the world, like before God designed everything in harmony, right? And when Eve ate an apple and she gave the apple to an Adam, right? And what happened when God punished them, right? And what God did, so this is what it says in the Bible, what God did to punish them was it made a woman to have pain when she gives birth to children, It made a man to be the protector, not the protector, it made a man to be the provider of everyone, so kind of punishing him like that. So this is why men should be providers. They should provide for the family, protectors, providers, leaders, and so on. And the interesting bit, it made a woman to long for her husband, right? So this is what kind of got me a little bit, not an aha moment, but a bit like curiosity, because guys have a pull away need. Women do not have a pull away need, right? So a guy punishing a woman by longing for the husband, it kind of explains the pull away need, because we as women, we don't have it. And when guys pull away from us, naturally, majority of us freak out and panic and run after the guys because we don't have his need. So we start to think like, oh my god, does he not love me anymore? Why is he like not texting me for a couple of days? Like, what is happening? We literally freak out because we don't have his need naturally, right? So ladies, here are the tips. If a guy is pulling away from you, let him pull away from you. It is a natural need. There can be different reasons why men need to pull away. So one of the reasons could be that he's just stressed at work and he wants to sort his problems by himself, and you need to trust him and let him do that. The other pull away reason could be that after the loving time together, a guy needs to pull away, because when you have a really loving time together, right? What happens is oxytocin, which is a love hormone, makes guys' testosterone level drop down, right? And in order for the testosterone level to go up again, a guy needs to pull away from a woman, right? So he needs to like have space from her to kind of put it back up. So the way I usually say it in my videos, it's like the battery. You're having like an amazing time together, right? And he's like a phone, right? And he's like, his battery is dying, right? It's dying. And after you finish, let's say you went home and stuff, his battery now is dead. He can't touch, he can't contact you, he can't do anything, right? So he needs to pull away from you and plug himself into the recharge and charge it all back up. When he's all charged up, then he will come back to you and start to pursue you again properly. So you must let him to charge his battery. If you don't let him to charge his battery, he will always be on a low. And when he's on a low and you're chasing him, you're not gonna get anything from him. You're gonna be disappointed, you're gonna be pissed off, you're gonna be like, you're not texting, you're not chasing, you don't do this to me, you don't do that to me. So you're not gonna be able to get anything from him. So give him the time and space to go away from you, to recharge his own battery, and let him come back to you by himself, okay? The other reasons why men need to pull away, obviously, if he's not into you, he will be pulling away from you. However, if he's not into you and he is pulling away from you, or he's actually ghosting you, the best thing to do is to leave him to it as well. Because when you leave a man to it, this is when after a while, he will start to wonder about you and he will start to miss you. And when he starts to miss you and wonder about you because you're creating uncertainty, this is when he is very likely to come to you, because he'll be like, oh, what is Greta doing? What is she up to? She was a doormat before, but now she's not contacting me. Like, what is she doing? Like, why is she not contacting me? Like, was she not that into me? Maybe she's dating someone else, and this is when he'll like be like, okay, let me check in with her. Is she still obsessed with me, right? So when he checks in with you, this is when he's pursuing you first. And when he's pursuing you first, and let's say if you've been dormanty before, and now you're gonna practice to be high value, like, so you're like, hey, like nothing happened, there is no issue whatsoever, totally forgot about you, oh hey, yeah, and when you act like nothing happened and start doing things high value, this is when you actually have a potential to turn it around. Okay, so this is the pull-aways. Let me see, am I forgetting anything? So loving time together, stress, he's not that interested, playing games, okay, of course, power games. The natural pull away, ladies, is about 3-4 days. Then nice guys, we usually pull away for 2, 3, 4 days, okay? And the power games, the guys who are cheeky, the guys who know the game, the guys who watch the dating coaches, and there is so many dating coaches for men right now, right? So it's actually very likely that the guy you are dating will be watching the dating coaches for men who are coaching the game, who keep teaching how to manipulate women and so on. So you need to be like really aware of this stuff, not to fall into that trap to be manipulated. So what a lot of dating coaches for men actually say is, don't contact a woman for like a week or 2 weeks in order to kind of get her to crawl after you. Because everybody knows that we as women, we panic when guys pulling away, right? So because we panic, the dating coaches, we know about psychology, right? So we're like, okay, she's gonna be panicking when you don't text her for a couple of days, and she'll like start acting, all low value and start chasing you and start acting all pathetic and putting, wearing her heart on a sleeve. This is when you'll have a power and you can, do whatever that you want. So the goal, ladies, is don't run after him when he's pulling away. If he really, really likes you, if he is into you, after a while, when he sees that his game is not working, when he sees that his 4 days of no contact are not working, 1 week of no contact are not working, 2 weeks of no contact are not working, if you're not chasing him, he will freak out himself and he will start to chase you. And he'll be freaked out like crazy because he'll be like, oh my God, this dating coach is totally rubbish. He was telling me nonsense. This girl is not chasing me. What have I done? He'll be freaking out like crazy. So get him into this zone rather than him playing a game and you falling for it. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I played this game. It worked. She started chasing me like crazy. Now I'm gonna, like, whenever I will want her attention, I'll just run and chase, I'll just give her no contact for a week or 2 weeks and she'll just start chasing after me like crazy, right? Also, ladies, when you chase after a guy, you give him security and power. Security and power are not guys' love needs. You will actually, when a guy has power and security in a relationship, the relationship is always ugly. Literally, ladies, the relationship is 99.99% ugly when the guy has security, safety, and power in a relationship. Why? Because when a woman is pursuing, she's chasing, she's giving him too much attention, she's begging, she's pleading, all of that, she is not fulfilling any of his love needs. And one of his love needs is uncertainty. Obviously, there is way more than that. It's not just uncertainty. If you will only give a guy uncertainty, he will, he'll think you're not that interested and things will not work out. But if there is no uncertainty in a relationship, he'll just feel too safe. He'll start getting too bored. He's gonna be like, you know what, ladies? Think about it like this. When you're dating a guy who is doing everything for you, like everything, and he's acting quite desperate and low value, and he's giving and giving and giving and giving and texting and asking for attention and controlling and all of that, right? You're gonna get turned off. You're gonna get turned off and you'll feel all the power and you will really get turned off if he's overdoing it, right? So the same goes for a guy. He will get turned off if you are overdoing it. However, for a woman's love need is safety. So we actually, we do get turned off and it's like overly done from every single angle, but we still like it to some point. Whereas guys, we don't like it at all because their love need is uncertainty. So yeah, I kind of said it now, I'm kind of taking it back because yeah, women love that. So that was like not the best example because like women love the safety so much. So when the guy is like pursuing you like crazy, it kind of, it's nice. However, yeah, it kind of, sorry, I'm just thinking now. Women do love the safety, okay, but Some women actually do like a bit of uncertainty, and I usually find it that it's fire signs. But safety is a woman's love need in majority, like normal, like as we normally design, majority of women do love safety if he's pursuing you properly. Not like crazy, 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 you know, like without any limits, you know, like, but in a proper, nice way. Okay, so the next one, nurturing and caring. Let me see your comments. Wait, how do I? Okay, here we go. I like uncertainty just a little. Yeah, uncertainty a little bit. Yes, it's health. This is what it is. This is what I mean, ladies. Women need a little bit of uncertainty, right? Like as this girl just said, I like uncertainty just a little, right? Now, men need a little bit of safety. Same thing. You see, so we are literally like so different in there to complement each other. A woman's majority, a woman's the biggest, the majority of need is safety, but she does need a little bit of uncertainty. A man's majority of need is uncertainty, but he does need a little bit of safety. You know, so this is how it is. It's kind of beautiful how we are complementing each other, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it is hard work. You inspire me a lot, Greta. I wish I had a friend like you. Only safety, and my dad never gave me security in his love, so I can't find a man who can. Ladies, I'm gonna tell you something. Majority of us didn't have the nice upbringing. You know, I have so many clients who say like, oh, my parents didn't have a happy relationship. I am from an abusive family. I had this and this upbringing. Ladies, majority of us did. Literally, majority of us did. You know, like I was watching Tony Robbins like a couple years ago, and I remember watching his event, and he asked the audience, like, no, there was a woman who came up to him and she said, Tony, but I'm different. I'm very different. And he's like, how are you different? And she said, you know what? I was trying to commit a suicide, you know? And when he was on a stage, he said this. He said, guys, how many of you from this room have been close at committing suicide or even tried to? And actually majority of the room raised their hands. And then he turns around to her and he says, like, you see, we are not that different, because majority of people came from like either abusive upbringing here or there. Majority of us, like people like, if I'm gonna talk about my Eastern European background, you don't even want to hear about it. Like seriously, very like you know, so it's just like we can change that. The positive, if we're gonna think about positive, you can change it. You can change who you are. You know, you can change who you are, you can change your DNA, you can change literally everything about you. It's up to you to change who you are. And all of this, but my dad, my mom, my granddad, my this, and that is all literally just excuses. Same as guys say excuses. I'm emotionally unavailable. How many of us girls are emotionally unavailable? No, it's excuses. If he's not into you, he'll tell you, I'm emotionally unavailable. If, you know, if he's into you, he will, and he sees you're better than an ex, he'll become suddenly emotionally all available. So it's just excuses. Greta, how does a woman stop on and off behavior if consistent behavior? Do we just say it or just leave a man alone, period? How does a woman stop on and off behavior, the inconsistent behavior? Do we just say it or just leave a man alone, period? I'm not understanding your question. If you're saying how does a woman stop inconsistent behavior, so for example, if you have been losing emotional control and you want to control your emotions, you want to be the correct way, you want to be your best self, it takes a long time. Ladies, it takes a very long time to be high value. It can take from 3 months to a year. Couple of my clients have been trying to be high value for a couple of years, right? And it all comes down to self-love. If you really love yourself, you just don't know how to behave the correct way. Once you start following once you will start to know how to behave, how to control your emotions, what are like how to complement each other, you just follow it and you're gonna be done in like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You will know how to behave. You're gonna be nailing it. If you don't love yourself much, it's going to be very, very hard to become a high value woman, and sometimes it can take literally years, right? This is why my VIPs have members which haven't really left my VIP group for like more than a couple of years, actually a year and a half, so it's just how it is. And also, as a queen, you need to surround yourself with other queens. So if you want to do that, you need to join my VIPs. And the link is in the video description if you're interested. Let me see. Okay, actually, let me go a bit more. So women nurturing, caring, right? Women like to nurture, care, talk about our feelings, emotions, and so on. Guys like to go for their goals and ambitions. Guys like to hunt. Why? Because women have estrogen, so we are naturally caring and nurturing. We like to talk about our feelings. The more we talk, the better we feel. For example, if you had a bad day at work, or you just had a bad day and you come back home, you're like, oh my God, I feel like there is so much tension in me. Like, oh my God, I need to release it. And you're like literally walking around, you don't know what to do. When you call your friend and you talk about it, and by talking about it, you release everything, all the tension literally disappears. Then, like you hang up that phone, then you're like, there's still a bit of tension left. You're like, okay, let me pick up another phone call another friend. And then your tension starts to release. So the more you literally talk about the same subject with different friends, or sometimes with the same friend, or even to yourself, the more you talk it out, the better you feel. So you release stress by talking, basically. Guys do not release stress by talking. Guys release stress by going to their cave and sorting their problems by themselves. Right? We don't talk for the sake of talking. If we are talking, we have a goal to talk. And so for him, when you start talking to him and you're like talking about, let's say something happened at work, when you remembered something, another story which was bad, when some family issues, when some daddy issues, mommy issues, sister issues, and so on. And now you're oversharing, and you have this sharing, this huge whole bubble. And your boyfriend is probably thinking, why does this woman have so many problems? And how am I supposed to solve all of her problems? Because this is probably why she's sharing these problems with me, so I would solve them for her. Him as a guy, because he talks in order to basically either ask questions or sort problems. So him as a guy, when you're oversharing this whole bubble, he's like, oh my God, there's so many problems to solve, he won't know where to start. And then he'll start to solve your problems like step by step, little by little, right? And you're not going to be happy, because when you're trying to talk and share feelings, emotions, like the whole baggage, everything, history, family history, whatever has happened 20 years ago, he will be like, solving it for you, and you're not going to be happy with that, because you'll be like, this is not what I need. So then you ladies need to talk in order to feel better. The best person to call is who? Give me an answer. Who is the best person to call when you need to talk? I'll wait for that answer. And the next one, oh, this is a funny one. This is a funny one. While you girls give me the answer. Girlfriends, here we go. I love the way you have just explained it. So funny but true. Yes, girlfriends, friends, your true friends. Here you go. Here you go. And ladies, if you come back home and he doesn't want to talk, don't talk. Call your girlfriends. Literally, just don't talk. Leave him to it. Call your girlfriends. That's fine. You'll actually appreciate you for it. We talk through sharing, bonding, all of that. We meet another girlfriend, be like, oh my God, blah, 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 all day long, literally, when you don't have a business, you're talking to your girlfriends all day long. you know, and this is how you bond. Guys don't bond through talking. So if he doesn't want to talk after work, don't worry about it. Don't think like, oh my God, we're not gonna have this conversation now after work. He's not gonna feel that connection and he'll fall out of love. No, this is not how it goes. Guys bond through having fun together. If you're not gonna talk to him after work 1 day or 2 days or even 3 days, it's okay. It's okay. I know you'll feel more connection. He's not gonna feel more connection just because you know, like leave him to it. Let him have his space. Call your girlfriend. You'll actually be more of a challenge if you call your girlfriend instead of talking to him everything. And this is how you'll have more mystery too. And you're not gonna be an open book. And mystery is the power of seduction, not an open book, right? Okay, women are natural detectives. Whereas guys, they are not, okay? So how are women natural detectives without even trying to be? And I actually been accused of this myself, and it's really annoying because it's like I'm not trying, like I'm that type of person, obviously, you know, I I am being high value all the time, but you can't close your eyes when you see something. So how women are natural detectives? Women are natural detectives because we have a wide vision, right? Yeah, women's intuition, yes, and we have a wide vision. If you look at your parents, if you look at your boyfriend, I live with my nephew, if I look at my nephew as well, right? Then, for example, you walk into a room, right? And you see everything. I literally, when I walk into the room, I can see what's behind the TV, what's down, what's up, what is like literally everything. Like everything is clear. Guys, their vision is like this. So if he wants to see something, he needs to turn. Like he sees that. When he turns, sees that. He turns, he says, turn, like this is his vision. This is why guys, when we lose their phone, right, we like looking everywhere, we like lifting pillows, all of that, we like, oh, can you look for it? Like for example, guys will say sometimes like, oh Greta, can you look for it? And I'm thinking, I don't need to look for it, it's right there. Whereas a guy will actually go looking for it until he finds it. It's really funny. Even if you look, guys, yeah, it's like horse with blinders, 100%. Even if you look, when you open a fridge, the way guy looks into a fridge, it's like in the different shelf, he looks from like a different angle. He literally like goes like down like that. Again, because their vision is like this. It's so funny. Or, for example, why do people say that men are better drivers? Right? It's not that guys are better drivers, but because they are focused more like this, right? When you're in a car, when you're speeding and you're focused like this, it's you are gonna be naturally better. Like, okay, when a woman is in a car, she sees everything. She sees the forest, she sees the animals, she sees the big car next to it, she sees this. So she's aware of everything, right? So for her to speed like crazy, she is a bit intimidated because she's aware of everything, right? Whereas a guy, when he's driving, he's just like this. So it's easy for him to speed and be a good driver because he's like this. It's really hilarious. Okay, I think I kind of covered more or less, so let's do the questions. Let me see what time it is. Perfect. Let's do the questions. Oh, and ladies, you need to come to my meet and greet. I'm doing a meet and greet on 8th of February in London. And all the details are in my video description. Meet and greet, so 2 hours, goodies, lots of bonuses and all of that. You can even have dinner with me in Shard if you want to. You know, so all the details are in the video description. I don't do meet and greets, but now I'm doing one in London, very, very posh, very fancy place in Mayfair. You have to come. If I have changed your life, you have to come and see me so we can chat. Let me see your questions. Okay, can someone make a comment because I can't see things popping on a screen unless somebody makes a comment. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna see who to answer, but I haven't answered yet. What to reply if an ex texted me and say, I miss talking to you? Is he really miss me or just testing the waters? If a guy, like, it really depends. What's your situation with an ex? How did everything ended? How, like, was what, you know, like if everything crashed very, very ugly, and he kind of needs to make things up to you, and he says, I miss talking to you. I mean, that is a sweet thing to say. That's a sweet thing to say, but you can't say like, oh, I miss you too, because like if you really mess things up, you know. But if you maybe want him back, and or you're wondering, shall I give him a chance? Maybe I should check, has he changed? Because guys, like, I do believe that people do change, because I know I have changed a lot. I am nothing what I was, let's say, 10 years ago or even 7 years ago. So, like, so the same thing with guys as well. We grow, we evolve. Okay, so others grow more than others, but if you haven't, if things fell apart, and then you are thinking of maybe having an ex back because he's pursuing you 5 years later, like, it's not, if you're actually having this thought, it's not gonna hurt like to go on a date if you want to, and see, has the person evolved, has it changed, how much has he changed, and obviously if he hasn't, well, then it's like going 5 years back. It doesn't make sense, right? If he has, well, then you need to behave as the best version of yourself and see how it goes. So it just really depends on the circumstances. If the ex texts you, I miss you, it really depends on the circumstances. If things finish really, really nicely, you can actually say, I miss you too. If things finish quite ugly, but you're kind of thinking, maybe I should give it another chance, just reply with hi. Just be like, hey, and see what he says. See, is he stepping things up? Because if things finished ugly and he wants you back, he needs to be the one pursuing and stepping it up. So you just need to listen to what he's offering and what he's got to say. After you listen to what he's offering and what he's got to say, then you need to see with his actions. Is he stepping things up? If it's just words and like, I changed, blah blah blah, I love you so much, all of that, and you see with actions it's nothing, it's all the same thing, obviously you're not taking him back. So again, somebody please make a comment. All the stuff disappeared from the screen. Maybe I should, I don't know, I'm scared to press something that would not, somebody just please make a comment to say hi, thumbs up, anything, literally anything, so I can look at the comments and answer. Yes, thank you. Okay, perfect. Greta, it has been 12 days of a pull away from my long distance boyfriend on 1.5 years. He was being rude to me and kind of just button pushing, so I ignored him and stopped initiating. Well done. Now neither of us contacted help. Stick to it. Stick to it. Stick to it, because he needs to come around. If he was really rude to you and disrespectful, and now he's playing this power game and he's actually not texting you, and instead of coming and apologizing, yes, it will take a guy some time to come and apologize, especially, the ego and all of that, right? But if you know for a fact that it was his fault, and instead of like stepping up and actually coming to you, he's disappearing on you for 12 days, hoping that you will chase him, don't do that. And when he does come to you, if he comes a bit too late, or even now, I would literally just say, this is not working for me. Because not only that he has disrespected you and been rude to you, on top of that, he is pulling away, hoping that you will be like, oh my God, I love him so much, and start chasing him. That is not good enough. And this way, when he eventually comes back and you say, this is not working for me, this is when you'll actually set in a boundary. And when you will say, this is not working for me, this is when you'll see, is he gonna step things up with his actions and think like, oh fuck, I really messed up and this was really like what I did was horrible, and she's obviously not gonna put up with that. So either he'll try and step things up, and if he steps things up, that's great because you set in a boundary, and then you're gonna, like see, do you want him back and stuff like that. Let him step things up, let him prove himself to you. But yeah, that's basically what you do. But yeah. Hi Greta, how to notice a guy's true intention, true actions, everything is actions. A guy's true intention in the beginning is usually just to have some fun, basically. It's, like it's basically a game and have some fun. Majorities of guys' true intention is that. So, but when he's investing into you, if he's enjoying the moment with you, if you're connecting and you continuously like seeing him through his actions towards you, this is how you will see his intention towards you. Also, obviously, when you're being the best version of yourself and so on, he will start to introduce you to family and friends, and like this is when you'll see his true intention. And ladies, keep it in mind that it takes time for a guy to fall in love. He's not gonna have these incredible, amazing intentions after a couple of weeks of spending time with you. Couple of weeks spending time with you, he'll basically just be like being on his best behavior, charming and so on to impress you so you would like him. What is the good response if your guy tell you not to be angry in some bad situations was been made before? Let it go. Yeah, try let it go. I understand, like guys usually don't hold on to stuff, whereas we women, we do, and we literally like collect this information for the time when we're ready to explode and eat him alive. We don't do that. That's not high value. Okay, this is not how it is. Yeah, it's really funny actually. We as women, I just literally remembered it now because I haven't like, yeah, I haven't done it for like ever. But in the past, I do remember it used to be like, you let things pile up and you collect the information and then you literally explode, which is insane and a very low value thing to do, and do not do that. Okay, this is like, it's very natural for a woman to like be like that, but don't do that. So what you do, you set in the boundaries through actions. Right? This is the best way to set in boundaries, like through the action, step by step. You didn't like something, you tell him, please don't talk to me this way. You didn't like something else, you set in a boundary. You didn't like something else, you set in a boundary. You don't just collect things for like a couple of months or 6 months and then you explode on him with everything. That's not how it works. And when you explode like this, he'll just call you crazy and he'll run away from you. He'll literally pull away from you forever. Right? So instead of going like this, just go like, boundary, 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 with action. Okay, so I lost the questions again. Maybe if I'll press on this, no. Can someone send me a dot again? We love the dots. So it flashes on my screen. Okay, here we go, flower, thank you. Okay, let's see. Should you let a guy go if he never texts between dates? Ooh, responds only in evening and confirms last minute even if date is set up in advance, but is on his best behavior during dates. He's watching dating coaches. He is watching dating coaches. This is what you described. It's literally what dating coaches say to coach, and I literally could name you them, like the ones who do that. And it's really ridiculous and it's sad, and I'm sorry that you have to go through this. And I'm actually sorry for the guys, because a lot of women are not gonna put up with that, but he's watching dating coaches. And this is what dating coaches for men tell guys to do: ask her out, be charming, sweep her off her feet, disappear on her until you ask her out again, and then you basically sweep her off her feet, disappear on her until. So yeah, this is literally what it is. And to be honest, I think it's a very wrong information that those specific dating coaches are giving to guys, because if a woman is on a fence, if she's totally hooked on a guy, yes, she might actually be texting him in between and getting all desperate. But if a woman is on a fence and the guy asks her out, right, and he does his best, but she's still on a fence, and when he doesn't text her until the next date, she'll lose interest. I literally had this. I'm gonna share because I literally had this. So I was talking to this guy on dating site, right? And first I was like, I'm not sure is he my type or not, you know? But he was pursuing me insanely, like really pursuing me properly. And I love when guys do that. That turns me on. That's hot. I love that. Like if you're not pursuing me properly, you literally have no chance. Like I'm not into that. So you need to show me in every single way that you're into me. And he started pursuing me like crazy, and I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I would go out with him because like he's pursuing properly. And then he asked me out, and he said the place where he picked a very nice posh place, blah blah blah. First he asked me out at the last minute. I said, can't do that, please let me know in advance. Like the earliest I can do is 1 week in advance. So we arranged 1 week in advance. Well, he arranged it. He literally gave me time and date and everything. It was supposed to be Saturday, like 7 p.m. For a whole week, I didn't hear from him. For a whole week. On Friday, he texted me to confirm it. And by that time, I was turned off. I was turned off because there was no persistence. There was like, if you as a woman, you're sitting on the fence already and you're liking the guy pursuing and being persistent with you, and when he asks you out, you're like, okay, cool, great. So he needs to stay in touch and pursue you in between to keep you interested so you end up going on that date. Because if he doesn't do that, you lose interest. So what the dating coach, what those guys are coaching men, it does not make sense. Like it works on women who are desperate. You're like, oh my God, I need a boyfriend. I'm still single, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it will work on these type of women because you're going to be like, oh my God, I thought he asked me on a date and now he disappeared. So I'm going to chase and chase and chase because like, oh my God, he asked me out. But to women who are not desperate, this shit does not work because you're like, okay, you're not pursuing me. Why would I go on a date with you? A million more fish in the sea, So it's just, yeah. Greta, get turned off by flakiness, but if he's a catch, no. How can a flaky guy be a catch? Doesn't make sense. A flaky guy is never a catch. A flaky, ladies, write it down. A flaky guy is never a catch. Just because a guy looks good, just because a guy has a business, just because a guy is whatever, a flaky guy is never a catch. A guy who is consistent, a guy who is pursuing you, a guy who is investing into you, a guy who is showing interest, a guy that you bond with and have fun with and you know that you can count on him, a guy who can give you safety and protection and take the lead sometimes, and the guy who is generous and motivates and supports your goals and ambitions, that's a catch. A flaky guy is never a catch, right? That it could be Mr. President. If he's flaky, he is never a catch. Thank you, Lulu. Um, Greta, what do you think about men who never want to marry? We are in a relationship for 6 years, but he do nothing to make me his wife. I think I need to let him go. What to tell? Well, I don't know how you have been in this relationship. Maybe you've been giving him too much certainty and security. Maybe you had some low value behaviors. This is why he doesn't want to marry you. If a guy feels really safe and secure, it is very likely that he's just comfy, and his excuse will be, I never want to get married. So like, because I don't know how you have been in this relationship, um, we can't really say, is it because he never wants to get married? It could just be that he's unsure about making you his wife. And guys who are unsure about making you their wives are usually because you're not being as a, like this dream wife material. The other reason could also be, again, too much safety and security. If he's got you all safe, then he's like, okay, she's not gonna go anywhere, so why would I marry her? I got her, I got the baby, I've got the house, I got her business. Why would I, like, I'll take my time. So, but yeah, but saying like I'm emotionally unavailable, my parents got a divorce, it was just my mom who raised me or my dad who raised me, we all been through shit. Okay, like it's very rare that somebody was born just into this beautiful, lovely, healthy family. We all carry a baggage, we literally all do. So like, don't even, love you too. Okay. Is it possible to reverse when I unknowingly portrayed myself? Oh no, it's disappearing. Okay, myself as someone who belongs in a bucket of one of many girl types. Now that I know not to show off a masculine energy, yes, you can reverse it, ladies. Ladies, you can reverse it. You can reverse it. And actually, the next YouTube video, which I just filmed today, it's all about that. The challenges, my next YouTube video will be on the challenges that you will face if you want to fix a broken relationship. So there will be challenges. I don't want to say the stuff what I said in that video, because there will be no reason for you to watch that video. Let me see what time it is. Okay, I can do a couple more questions. So come on, girls, fire up. I need that daughter. Okay, here we go. The issue is, unfortunately, there are too many low-value ladies allowing guys to behave like that. So you will be surprised flakiness is working for... Yes, that is an issue. That is definitely an issue. That is definitely an issue. Okay, I'll tell you. How shall I say it? I'm kind of trying to think like... I kind of want to share a personal stories. I think I will. Why not, right? Obviously, we won't say any names. This is how it is. This is how it's been with a couple of guys actually I have dated. It's literally been two guys who literally behaved the same way. And it's really interesting because both of those guys are an amazing catch, as you girls say, flaky but amazing catch, right? Literally both of them, incredible catches, both athletes, just what I like. Actually, both basketball players as well, which is interesting. One was very successful, another one as well, all of that, blah, 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 right? And so it's all through long periods of time, different period zones. So, anyway, and what has happened? So I dumped them both, right? Not at the same time. As I said, it was through different periods of time because we've been flaky and because they were not giving me the standard that I like or I want or I had before. And I'm like, okay, this is not good enough. This is not even close. There is no way. So what has happened? These guys, both of them are literally acting the same way. Both of them are dating women, we go like, okay, fine, you don't want it, I'm not into you. I'm like, okay, fine, no one's gonna be chasing you, right? So I break up, we get furious, like totally frustrated. They go off, they date their low value women, right? And then after a while, because we basically take them for granted. They take, it's easy for be hot, be charming, all of that, be successful. It's easy for them to get those girls, right? Because we literally put themselves on a plate. So we date this girl, this girl, this girl, that girl. The girls start to chase them. They bored to hell. They're like, okay, who I would be interested in again? Who's not chasing me? Like, because a guy loves uncertainty. Oh, Greta, let's get in touch with Greta again. They get in touch with me again. Let's say half a year or a year later, we try and be charming again. Like when I see the red flags all again, it's like the standard, we're not giving me the standard. I don't go on a date, or I go on a date and I'm like, that's not good enough standard, and I stopped. Okay, and then we do the same thing again. We're like, oh shit, Greta is so annoying, and we start going for the low value girls again. They play the field, all of that. We get bored. We go back to me again. Literally, two guys are doing the same thing. One guy has been doing this for 10 years. One guy has been like literally pursuing me for 10 years and doing this thing over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. And so it comes to the point that he is hooked on me because I'm behaving high value, right? And he can't have me. But in the meantime, he's dating all these doormats and he doesn't understand why he's not falling in love with them and why he's like chasing. Like, it's just like, yeah. So basically, guys who do that, they dig themselves a hole because they are too scared to invest or to charm a high value girl. They literally are too scared to do that. So we go for low value girls because those girls pursue them. They can see those girls at the last minute. They can make them all emotional. They can make them all crazy. Those girls give them a lot of safety. They basically use, abuse, jump to the next one, the next one, and the next one. They get totally bored. They don't fall in love, and then they end up being done, like be numb. Like we literally feel numb. And then we go like, oh my God, I'm not experiencing love. I'm still thinking about Greta because I can't have her. I'm gonna go for her. He goes for you, and that's again the same story. There is no standard, no level, the same flaky guy. So what are you gonna do with that? Go date your doormats because that's what you deserve. What are you, like, you just don't. There are, ladies, lots of guys who will give you the standard, who will invest into you. And it's never necessarily the catch, never like there is, as long flaky is not a catch. Okay, keep it in mind. Flaky is never a catch. If you start with flaky, you let it go, you don't look back. A guy who has a standard, a guy who is being a gent, a guy who knows how to treat you right, that's a catch. A guy with standards, that's a catch. Okay, here we go. I am an Aries woman and I'm masculine and feminine by nature. I cannot be with beta male. Hell no. Yeah, I understand. We went to a party when I slept at his place and left at noon. No sex, no making out, and abstinent, and told him so. He is okay. Is that high value or low value? To sleep at his place? I need to know more. Like, how many times have you seen him? What is your relationship like? Is he investing into you? Sleeping at a guy's place and not doing anything, it's not low value and it's not high value. Things just happen sometimes, so I wouldn't categorize it into low value or high value. I mean, flaky low investment. Yes, exactly. Is it okay? Okay, let me see something that I haven't seen before. I have a SoundCloud on long distance relationships. And ladies, Long distance relationships are very similar to everyday relationships. He still needs to come after you. He still needs to invest into you. He still needs to be the one calling you and stuff like that. So it's literally the same thing. You need to still let him lead you. He needs to be the one flying to you as well. So it's not much of a difference. They want the upper hand, but they are unhappy in the long run. Yes, exactly. They dig themselves a hole by being too scared to invest. You know, like they dig themselves a hole, so we end up being like not falling in love because we are too scared to invest. So we're not happy, but it's like we like going in the cycle. And this is what is annoying me a lot again. These dating coaches for men. I'm not talking, there is some good ones, right? But like a lot of them tell guys how to get the low value girls, you know, so how you should not invest, how to get women to chase you and stuff like that. So if you are doing these strategies and you are, you know, getting women to chase you and pursue you, you're basically you're done, because you're not gonna fall in love with that woman, because she's not gonna fulfill your love needs, because she's giving you safety and security. So you'll just take advantage of that. You'll use and abuse, or you'll be like, oh, I don't know, you're so perfect, but for some reason I just don't love you. Why? Because she's chasing, she's pursuing. So this is what is kind of making me a bit furious, you know, because it's like dating coaches for women, we usually coach women how to find the love, you know, how to enjoy the love. Whereas dating coaches for men, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Dating coaches for men coach men how to have sex. This is what it is. Women, I just answered my own questions. Women look for love, guys look for sex. That's what it is. So dating coaches for men, we coach men how to have sex, not to find love. Here we go. Here we go. Just answered my own question. Aha moment on a live. Is it okay to tell the man that the way he's treating you isn't good enough? Pull away instead. Show him with your action. Don't spend your time with him. If the way he's treating you is not good enough, instead of nagging, pull away. Show him with your action. If he's treating you that's not good enough, like, don't go on that date with him the next time. Be like, okay, I didn't enjoy the last one. Why should I go on the next one? Let him freak out and pursue you. That is better. Yeah, every man that's been after me except one was after sex. Well, usually guys are after sex. That's fine. You don't need to be dumping them just because we're trying to get you to get into your bed on the first date. Like in London, if you're going on a date, I'm just kind of thinking like, to the dates I've been to, has there been one guy who has not either inviting me over or himself over? Probably has not. Literally every date you go on to, a guy will try and get into your pants. But then it's up to you to say no. It's up to you to say no. So when you say no and you say, you know, like, I'm a bit old-fashioned, or I don't move so quickly, or it's not my style to move so quickly, or anything like that, then you set in the speed for dating. Just because he's telling you to jump, you don't need to jump. Just because he's trying to get into your bed, you don't need to accept it. Just because he's telling you to do something, you have your own opinion. You control yourself. You control your own life. You know, so just because he says that, I would not ditch the guy. He's trying his luck. Let him try his luck. You know, is you can always say no. If he's into you, when you say no, he's asking you for another date. Cool, go on that second date. Say no again. You know, let him bond to you through spending time together. Okay, ladies, so I'm gonna go. Again, come to my meet and greet, 8th of February. 8th of February in London, in a very, very exclusive private members club. You can also book dinner in Shard. It's gonna be amazing. All the links are in my video description. Okay, so yeah, ladies, thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy this live? Yeah, you liked it? Great video and advice. Could you please always go live the same time? I will try to go live the same time. I'm planning right now to do 2 lives a month. So about 2 lives a month. And the other days I'll do the videos. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of testing the lives. I'm testing the connections, the lives and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. That's so amazing. Oh, so many thank yous. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Amazing. Perfect. Brilliant. Love you all too. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and yeah, check out all the things that I mentioned in my YouTube description. I also love it how my anxiety just kind of went away, and I started like the live with an anxiety and literally disappeared during the live. I love it. Okay, ladies, kisses. Have a beautiful day.